Is the end of the trade probability? When you search for transaction-related content online, there's one word that you see all the time, which is probability, and there are a lot of people think that the core of trading is probability. So how to understand the probability in trading? Let me share my opinion. First of all, let's talk about probability, and the word probable probability is in everyone's mind. There are differences in the understanding. To be clear, I'm talking about statistical probability. Let's say you make 100 trades, and 60 of them are profitable. 40 is a loss, so the correct rate is 60%. This accuracy rate is based on past data. This is statistical probability. For the sake of understanding, let's assume all of the following cases. The strategies are all in the case of multiple profit and loss ratios. Fixed break/loss ratios control for other variables. Just talk about understanding probability. The same is true of the probability in trading. There is a big difference in probability in mathematics. If it's a coin toss, the more we toss, the reverse side is heavy and the straight side is light if I want to find this coin. By tossing a coin, then the results are counted. It is also reflected in the probability of heads up and tails up. There is a strong correlation between the stable physical properties and the final experimental results. We can predict the subsequent results by the physical properties. Physical properties can also be inferred from the results of experiments. There is another very important reason behind this. It's the dimension of adding time. Physical properties are stable in the past and in the future. So the results of the past statistics can be followed. There is a strong and direct correlation with future possibilities. But in our trading, even two similar quotes. In fact, it is also completely independent and random. The funding involved is also not the same. The market environment is also constantly changing. The market is full of uncertainty. This is just like we can put the baby mother in the crowd. This group is used to count their consumption habits. But with the development of society, is the consumption habit of this group of mothers? The physical properties remain stable. With changes, the current statistics follow. The correlation of future results will be weak. So when we go to count our trades, assuming that the P/N ratio is consistent, we are able to calculate a correct rate based on past data. This accuracy rate is only a probability calculated at a stage. A 60% accuracy rate does not mean another 100 trades in the future. Can there be about 60 pens to make a profit? Not really. The market environment may change and your status and ability may also change. Now the result of unification is only a reflection. The situation in the past time period. There are too many variables that don't correlate strongly with future outcomes. Since we count this probability with us, the opportunities for future trading are not as strongly correlated. So what is the significance of this value that has been counted in the past? In fact, statistical probability reflects the level of ability. If other variables are controlled, for example, both strategies will use a fixed profit and loss ratio to trade. The correct rate after 100 orders is counted. Inside the NBA game, we can see the stats of teams playing against each other in a season. And that's the statistic, the same region, the same season. A team's win rate is around 78%. The other team has a win rate of around 17%. What does this data reflect? Does this reflect the strength of a team's ability? If there is too little sample data, there are many factors that can affect it. For example, ability, state, opponent, environment, and so on. but with the increase in the sample. If the sample of the data is always within a certain range, that reflects the strength of ability. If a team starts with 5 in 2019, the win rate has been hovering between 20% and 30% so far this season. Is that a way to tell the story? In the past few years, the strength or weakness? If there are no big variables, what do you think his performance will be in the 2025 season? We're fixing other variables in our trading and we're counting them. This data reflects the strategy or the level of personal trading ability. If the same strategy has different entry rules, the same range of stop loss and take profit is calculated as high and low as possible. You will choose the entry rules with high ability. Or is it a low ability entry rule? The results of past statistics are related to the future. The chances are not exactly correlated. It's like the team's stats this season can represent the performance of the next season. But if it's in long enough, the overall data is within a certain range. That shows the strength of the ability. The future is uncertain, but with this assessment, we also know how to deal with the uncertainty of the future. If the statistics are understood for a long enough time, the probability reflects the level of ability. So what else can be done to take it a step further? Again, it's the same example of basketball, it's the same game. What will be the strength of each player? Inside the basketball game, it is possible to divide a player's abilities into different dimensions. The strengths and weaknesses of the players can be seen. You can improve your skills through training on the items you have strengths in. If you understand this truth, that goes back to the statistics of our transaction data. When we have 100 orders, the comprehensive statistics are correct. If it's just a rough statistic like this, it's a reflection of our capabilities. But it's not detailed enough. In this way, the score can be divided into layups based on different dimensions. Mid-range 3-point free throws. You have all of this data inside. If there is a clear dimension. For example, follow the direction of the trend and finishing according to the trend of the length, or the band or other dimension. Is it possible to count the data of the strategy separately? Is it possible that you are in a certain one? The opportunity ability under the dimension is particularly strong. And a certain type of opportunity is holding the whole back. If you count it down like the data above, follow the direction of this strategy in there. The odds of winning are higher in the trend of the direction according to the length. Go deeper to accumulate statistics. Summarize and constantly strengthen the advantages. When you're able to build your edge on a certain type of opportunity. If you can do a good job of one type of opportunity, you will be able to survive in this market. As for probability, some people think that it is the core of trading. Some people think it's the end of the deal, and some people accept probability. Then go to improve the profit and loss ratio. To train execution, my point is to first accept the existence of probability. We can't beat the probabilities, just like a player can't be better. The way to do it is to make every ball that can be thrown. Our understanding of the market could not be deeper. It is also impossible to make money on every trade. But other things being equal, the level of probability is actually reflected. The level of each person's strategic ability. Find your own strengths project. Special training to improve the probability is to improve the ability. In other words, is probability the essence of trading? Actually, not in the case of other variables being equal. What allows you to improve your probability and ability is the essence.